Yes, good evening and welcome to your big program on the big station. It is Sports Wrap, another edition on a Thursday night. And I'm Locke Sebastian and I'm joined by,
Emmanuel Loblack.
Dr. Thompson Fontaine.
yes, and Lobby, we're not hearing you.
I just said so, Emmanuel Loblack.
Okay, yeah. One day, one to you, Lobby. You're not
I
normally.
wondered if something was wrong on your side.
No, that's good. Well, tonight we're going to be talking about basketball. As you know, they had this Creole thing last weekend, and they also is the final game 4 of the finals tonight. So we hope to be touching base with Donnie Robinson. Also, we will talk some football. We haven't had Abby Lawrence for a while, so we should be talking to him tonight. We'll talk a little tennis, guys. As you know, the U.S. Open is on, Lobby. I'm sure you're watching that throughout the day. Eh?
Oh,
US Open.
yes.
Yeah,
and Sibo,
Uh-huh.
there is something else, I have to tell you about this the cricket. West Indies cricket. Get the
Well, we have to
serious
talk
blow.
about cricket, obviously.
Just now. It's getting a serious blow because we have this network here, I told you, Willow Television. It's looking like it's they didn't cover the test match, neither the T20. What I saw they carrying was the CPL in the Caribbean.
That's an Indian network, you know that, eh? Willow.
Yeah, but
Indian.
yet still, I mean, say, look, they cover the CPL women cricket. But at least the T20, at least, is showing that we are not marketable anymore.
Well, that's a matter for the West Indies board. So,
No,
in fact, CPL for men starts tonight in less than an hour. We'll have the first game of this year's competition tonight. And
Falcons versus Patriots.
Eh?
Falcons versus Patriots.
Correct, in Antigua at 7 o'clock tonight. And then there's a test match that started today again, second test, England. Joe Root again, another 100. Guys, in fact, Joe Root is young enough to go past Tendulkar in a few years' time. Unless he has a dramatic loss of form or injury, he probably will go past Tendulkar. So we'll be talking about all these things tonight, okay? Guys, well, the last week Fiala came to Dominica, and obviously she was showered with a lot of praise. And last weekend, Santa Claus was there, and she was giving some gifts, and I'm sure you guys heard about it. Maybe you all want to comment on what she got, whether it was enough or not enough or whatever. Everybody has a different view, but I've always said whatever a sportsman or woman gets, it's never too much to me, because sports is a big thing around the world, and we need to do whatever we can to encourage our sports people. In fact, I even understood Lobby. She got BB Rum, and I was a bit surprised because I thought BB Rum was a man thing. They didn't say that ingredients which help men, Lobby. I don't know you know about that? In the BB Rum. In the ingredients in the BB Rum.
I don't follow this thing at all, Sebastian.
Well, the only thing that probably was missing was grapefruit juice. When they said she got BB Rum, I was a bit surprised at that. But I don't know if you guys want to comment on that.
Yes,
whatever
Thibaut,
she was giving, yeah.
I just want to I'm very happy with what Thea received. I know Thea very well. I have followed her from the character games. As a junior to a senior, she had her shortcomings. And what was important, Sebastian, that this girl jumped in Paris with an injury, and she was able to secure that gold medal. It's not easy at all. It's not easy. Triple jump is not an easy sport and an easy event. But what I want to say, Sebastian, yes, with all this celebration, I am hoping that at the end that the sport of athletics will take its rightful place. I'm hoping that people will start coming out. For example, coming in a 2 months' time, you'll have the secondary schools national competition, also the primary school. I'm hoping that people will start going out and fill the stadium wherever they have this game and look at the talents. You're looking at things at a year to year. We don't want to wait at the next Olympic Games to wonder who we have. Things are being, you have to start helping the athletes, very, very early. And where they have meets, we have to go out, fill the stadiums. All right, don't let only the athletes, who are competing in the Windsor Park or at Benjamin's Park or Grand Bay. The people, you have to come out and know the athletes very, very early.
Before Dr. Fontaine comments, we have a caller. Good evening.
Yes, good evening, gentlemen.
Yes, good evening.
How you all doing?
Very good.
Everything she gets, yeah, deserve it. And whatever more, once she gets everything that was promised to her, she deserves it. And people talk about the BB rum. To me, the BB rum was well presented. It was in a nice package. She doesn't drink rum. When she go to the States with it, people come to her home, she'll give them a drink of our local rum. For all you know, they might get market for that from here. You never know, Sibo.
Yes.
So some people have a problem with it. I say no problem with it because a lot of the time when Dominicans come to visit, when they're going back, they always traveling with their local rum.
Okay.
Oh, and as I'm there, let me just wish Mrs. Shirley Linton a beautiful birthday today. Today was the birthday of Mrs. Shirley Linton, my darling. I pray that you had a blessed and a wonderful day. And tomorrow will be your anniversary. You and Mr. Linton will have a beautiful.
So they have a fete tonight, Blue, you know?
Excuse me?
They have a fete tonight, no?
No, we can't do that. Remember, we just bury our sister. So
Okay.
we're on the low
No, I'm just
side.
asking. Okay.
No.
Okay.
Not tonight.
Okay.
Maybe next year. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Good night. Ronald has just joined us. Dr. Fontaine, you wanted to comment on the gifts you are given this week? Bestowed
Yeah,
on
no,
you?
certainly I join, Emmanuel and Blue to express my appreciation for what she got. I think it's good, that the athlete, for what she accomplished. If you measure what she has received, it still doesn't add up. But we are thankful for what she got. I think it's good. It's good that she's recognized in this way. I particularly like the fact that she received the country's highest award. I believe that.
Well, she hasn't received it yet. She will. She will.
She's proposed to receive the country's highest award. I think that is fitting, for an athlete who have accomplished so much. I mean, bear in mind, Fia single-handedly positioned Dominica before hundreds of millions of people. That kind of publicity, good publicity, by the way, you can buy. It is priceless, and so I'm thankful for the government stepping in and doing what they had to do to honor her in the way that they did, and I truly applaud the effort.
Ronald, good night. You want to comment on that?
I just came in there. The most impressive part for me was response from the Dominican public. The Dominican public responded so positively to the achievement of Fia Lafort. And Fia Lafort was so objectively aggressive in her pronunciation, how she expressed herself, how she stood in the middle of the road and said that Dominica was a success story. It wasn't me. It was Dominica. So we in Dominica, we need to organize ourselves. We need to organize ourselves in a very positive way to give Fia the support that she requires over the next 4 years. And also the other athletes like Denick Luke, and as I said to the chairman of the Dominican Athletics Association, we need to select 2 other athletes. Let them compete among themselves. We need to not spread ourselves so wide because we are a small country. Sibo said we have less than 50,000 people in Dominica.
When I said that, I'm not projecting. I said about 50,000. Because people keep saying 70,000. We heard that for the last 50 years, 70,000. They had a census, they never released the figure. Up to now, we don't know. So I'm sure the amount of people who have migrated, there's no way we have 70,000 people in Dominica. Anyway, go ahead.
So we need to keep focus. work with FIA, Denick Luke, and I spoke to the president of Dominica Africa. How can we work with Denick Luke and the other athletes that we have? Let's see if we can get 2 of them to excel to get into a medal position. And that's what we need to do. And people like Emmanuel Low-Black, who's on the committee, the local committee of the Athletic Association.
You mean who was? You not still is?
I think he still is.
No, man.
No, I'm not.
No.
I'm not.
You're not?
No, I'm not.
Well, he
I'm
doesn't
not.
live here, so he cannot be.
No, but you can still be, Mano.
No, I
with
don't.
all your
I don't
experience
want to
and your
be.
knowledge.
I don't want to be Lander.
You don't want to be
No,
in
right
Dominica?
now, right
you don't
now.
want to to Dominica, Emmanuel
I've had
Low-Black?
enough. When I was at home, let me tell you something. When I was in Dominica, there was a lot of infighting because they find out my standard, the thing I'm talking about. All right, for the athletes. All right, I took track and field to heart. All right, I feel the pain of the athletes. It's not easy, you know. You have to understand. I hear you talking about you don't select, you don't go and select because that's a form of discrimination. What is the norm? Is this is a year to year. The association organize activities, meets. You organize meets locally, regionally, and you can see hook and they move on year to year. 24, 25, 26, 20, and then you have major meets. So it is. You can't go and select 2. That is discrimination. Every athlete must have a chance. You have the meets, and it's from there. First of all, you're junior. You have the junior character games. You have to start from there. All right? You have to start from there.
That's what I'm saying, Emmanuel Low-Black, that you need to find a system where you can get the 2 best athletes. Emmanuel Low-Black, I've been through a difficult time in Dominica, and I haven't given up. Why did you give up?
Why
Why
did
did
you
I
give up?
give up, brother? Look, man, if you were coming along, you would have known. You cannot go and practice in the, you know, it was not easy, brother. It was not easy.
Emmanuel Low-Black.
Anyway,
Lander,
let's move on. Well, Lobby, you made a
no,
point
for
about
you, Lander. A point for Lander. Do not forget. Do not forget Lander.
Low-Black, don't belabor that point.
No. Dylan
I have been in
Simon.
Dominica.
No,
I've been through difficult times in Dominica, and I'm still there trying my best to contribute.
No, let me tell you,
I
I
need
am helping athletes.
I need
Here
you
I
to
am.
continue contributing.
I have 2 athletes in the States, 3 athletes in the States. I'm still helping them, giving them programs, brother, right here. Let me tell you, we had Dylan Simon. Listen to that, gentleman. Dylan Simon was probably 19.5 meters. You're one of the top shooters in the region. He came to Dominica, all right? We started practicing. We had a circle in the stadium. What I told you all, they put a generator where this shot put landing. Tell me about, you know. Where this shot put landing, you have a generator. That was it for the young man.
Did you ever speak about that? I never heard you speak about that.
Of
no.
course I spoke about
To
that.
be fair, he has spoken about it on this program already.
On this program?
Yeah.
Not why you're in Dominica.
And listen to me.
Not why you're in Dominica, Low-Black.
Listen to me. Neither the athletics.
Low-Black, we need to move
Guys,
on.
let's not have a back and forth.
We need to move on.
Let's not have a back and forth.
We need to move
Maybe
on.
you made a point about you hoping that people one day have the local meets, but the associate.
Bye, hello. Hello, see you. I will be working. I will be working too. That's my last weekend for next weekend, but it's still a schedule on it. It's still a- All right, like Monday, okay, bye-bye.
And Lobby. Oh, you all are back. We lost you all for a little while. You all are back? You heard me?
I'm here, you know.
Right, we had lost you all. Yeah, Lobby. Dr. Fontaine, you hearing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys were frozen out for a while, but it's back.
No, well, we lost you all. We were not seeing you all. Yeah, we lost you all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for a
wow.
while. So, Lobby, I was saying the association themselves, they must promote their athletics. When they have meets, people must know so people can come.
Well, Sibo, as I agree, as Landa was saying about, you know, like, come and help. See, but Landa, I gave a lot of service in trying
Lobby,
to talk to them.
Lobby, let's not go back to
No,
that. We don't want no back and forth.
Sebastian, listen. I have
Okay,
spoken
let me
already. They
listen.
have a
Go ahead.
PRO.
Yeah.
There's a PRO on the association. He has his work cut out for him. You have to go and promote, go and promote the events. Have posters. All right. When we used to have meets, all right, for example, like my club, when we had the Windsor Park, every year we'd have 3 to 4 meets. All right, we'd have cable wireless, we'd have the lotto games, and just name it. We would go out promoting, have banners all over the place. Give the sport, make sure the sport is alive. But I'm not seeing that today. I'm just not seeing that today. So the
But we
association,
got a gold medal today. We got a gold medal today, Lobby.
well,
But that's
yes,
not the
no,
only sport that we need to focus on.
hear me,
We need to
Landa.
focus on a whole sport program. And we have got a sports council in place now. And that sports council has to come and get involved, not only in athletics, but in football, in cricket. And we're seeing some nice waves in cricket. Now we're seeing some nice waves. We've got 2 players on West Indies team. We've got 5 players on Winner Islands team. Football. What can we do about football and basketball? We need to look at all other sports. But athletics, we've been able to get a gold medal in athletics, and we need to focus. We need to focus. We need to work with our athletes and ensure that we have good quality athletes for the Los Angeles game.
We need
Right.
a track, brother.
We talk about that. Hopefully, we should have it feel for a few minutes in a while. We should have hopefully for a few minutes.
Thibaut,
Guys,
do you know that, Sebastian, that the international body, to show how we are disadvantaged, they will not accept electronic timing on any grass timing for sprint events. To show you how disadvantaged we have. We are disadvantaged that we are over the years.
Well, I guess we're going to get a track, they say, in less than a year. So let's hope that will happen so athletes will not have to go overseas. And
fingers crossed.
No, you can go overseas. You have to compete, Sebastian. You can go
what
overseas,
I'm saying, if we have our track here, people will not have to go to Guadeloupe and Martinique to get their time right.
You get for competition. It's very important to go to Guadeloupe, Martinique to improve. It's very, very important. What you're doing at home, the track is going to help you. First of all, you have a lane. You're a sprinter. You have 1.2 meters for each lane. You have to learn how to run in the lane. You have to learn how to run the bends. You have to practice. The 400 meters is a tactician race. The 800 meters, the first 200, you have running lanes. You got to practice and prepare for these events. Very, very important.
Okay, let's move on. Dr. Fontaine, by the way, good night, Mr. Edichin. I know you listening. Dr. Fontaine, you were home recently, right?
Yes.
You drove, right?
Yes.
Right. Now, guys, Landa, you drive every day coming up. There's a highway they call the Eolibla Highway from Roseau to Portsmouth. Now, Dr. Fontaine, you live around the world. You live in the state, Lobby in the States. I've been around the world. When you have a highway, you expect to have spotless road without holes. And Dr. Fontaine, have you driven? You drove recently. When you drive from Roseau, from the time you reach by Esmadi, you don't see the holes on the road. Even on the bridge by Al Motors, there's a big hole, and up to Auto Trade, holes all over the place. People have to make in zigzag all over the place. Holes. Please, we're saying to the authorities, fix the roads in Dominica, particularly highway. Mr. Libla was an esteemed gentleman, a man who most people felt was one of the greatest leaders in Dominica. Let his memory, let us have a proper road network in Dominica, please. Landa, you drive every day and them, right? You see right by Almoto, that bridge, there's a big hole in the center, and then you have to be going on zigzag like hell all over the place, guys.
Yes, Sibo, in fact, I drove the Eolibla Road, and in fact, there is another big concern I had. I think it is in Makushri. When you bend the corner, there is this exposed edge.
Right.
And if you're coming around this corner and you have to make a quick getaway or just a quick, probably somebody not on their side, you fall right into a precipice. There is nothing. It's an exposed ledge. That is just so dead, and it has been there for years. And I'm like, why is that not fixed? It just takes a little siding or something because it's an extremely dangerous part of the road. And not only that, but all over, we have really roads in Bells. Really roads is eaten up in that area, in that area of Roger, above Roger there. You know, you have areas of roads that are completely eroded, and nothing's been done. I mean, it's really incredible.
Holes all over the place, and they call it a highway. And a highway, you don't have all these potholes all over the place. You can have a proper drive, and I know they're listening. So we're saying to the authorities, please fix the roads in Dominica. Independence is coming. We'll have a lot of people in the country. Let us have a proper road network, please. My goodness.
Didn't they implement a levy for
No, they were levied for the rubbish, and millions of dollars have collected, and Dominica rubbish all over the place. You hear people complaining they haven't got trucks, and it's a whole mess in the place. So the authorities, please let people live properly. People are in a problem in Dominica, my goodness.
Yeah, this is another negative economic indicator. Dominica is decomposing. I saw guys build sleeping pulleys in the area of Massac, in the area of Kenfield, big sleeping pulleys. And there are so many holes in the road. Who's really managing? I heard reports of the back road, Wesley going up Woodford Hill to the airport, the construction of the road in that area there. You must have your basic road infrastructure. If you cannot maintain your basic road, it's a sign of a negative economic indicator.
In fact, somebody just sending a picture of road. Can you see that? People listening, they're sending pictures of the state of our roads. My goodness. Look at this. Look at this, Ronald. Yeah, I mean, really something has to be done because these roads are in a mess, I can tell you that. We have a caller. Let's take the call. Good evening.
Yes, but there was a levy for the road. You forget the extra $100.
No, I think they took that off. Now.
They take it out?
Yeah, I think it's taken off now. When you go to pay your lights, I think it's been taken off. Yeah, it's been taken off. But it was there.
The proper road network.
Yeah. The road network is not too many holes in the street. You come in and it's supposed to be a highway. A highway. You cannot have a highway in that state. So, guys, we have another caller. Good evening. Hello. Yeah. Hello. Good evening. Yes. We're not hearing you. We are not hearing you. Speak a little louder, please.
Josh coming down Collie Hole in the village.
Okay.
Bomb that is not painted. And a lot of transport just pass over it and actually. Also, we are from Moncasebo, Daily, Hello.
We are listening. Yeah, go on. Well, we are not hearing you, caller. Sorry, we're not hearing you. We have another caller. Good evening.
Hey, Sibo.
Yes.
Guys.
We are breaking up. We are not hearing you clearly. Hello? We're not hearing you. We're not hearing you, sir. You're breaking up. Yeah, so they need to do something on the roads. I mean, it's a mess. It's a mess. And we're going to take a break, guys. And before we take the break, I just want to mention about a new rub that's a local-made rub. They call it Rewards Rub. It's made by the Quick Care Pharmacy in Houseboro there. Dr. Maffa. It's locally made. It's a natural product. It's perfect for arthritis and inflammation, for joint pains. So if you want to get well, guys, Lobby, Dr. Fountain, Ronald, go to Quick Care Pharmacy and you will get that. It's a locally made product.
What's the name?
It is called Rewards Rub. The natural product. It's perfect for pains and joints and muscle pain and arthritis, and it's distributed by Quick Care Pharmacy. So people looking to get well can go to Quick Care Pharmacy and Dr. Maffa, and you will get your stuff. We have a caller before we take a break. Good evening.
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah, I want to talk about Pokase. The former Minister of Education said, as he speaks, from Pokase to Bois Bellevue, we'll be having a road network. And today we cannot drive on that piece of road. From Pokase up to Daly, we just haven't got road.
Okay. Well, they're hearing you, officer.
Road as we speak. We have a road network. All right.
Okay, thank you. Okay, let's go to break now. Go ahead, Dr. Funkin, you want to say something?
Somebody's commenting quickly. They said that we are talking about the road, but what about the rubbish? But I guess that's a discussion for another day.
No, well, that would take us 5 hours to talk about that. Rubbish, because the whole country is in people are in pain, I would say, in pain with that rubbish. Everywhere you pass wrong roads, all about it. Rubbish is not being collected, and you're hearing again they want to put a levy on people now must make a contribution, they say. So what's to talk about the rubbish?
It's a big health hazard, eh? It's a health hazard because we still have a leptospirosis, I believe, in Dominica.
Exactly.
That's just a breeding ground for rats. That's a big health concern.
But what I'm saying, Dr. Fountain, don't they hear? People are complaining all the while. They must be hearing. The people live in Dominica too, you know, the authorities. So can they see? Can they not see what is happening?
They don't care.
Man, it's really, as I say, if I talk about the rubbish, we'll need the whole night. Anyway, let's go to break now. Let's go to break.
Where in Roseau, Kima you can just walk in and order all your chicken parts, wholesale, and even enjoy retail. It's at AC Shillingford. All chicken parts available that you can afford. Fresh breast, and you know breast is the best. Shillingford wings have muscle. After you eat it, you can fly. As for Shillingford chicken drumsticks, even swinging stars just order drumsticks from Shillingford. And for those of you who love Risapul, AC Shillingford keeps your belly full. Buy your chicken wholesale at AC Shillingford. From wings to thighs to drums to breasts to backs to necks, it's available. It's always available and it's affordable. Plus, you've got pork feet, ham and turkey, bull foot, chicken nuggets, pepperoni, all those right seasonings to make your kitchen keep on ticking. Buy your wholesale chicken at AC Shillingford. When you think of chicken, think of AC Shillingford. Always fresh.
When you want me back, what you do? Shop at SCN. Better than the rest. Go shop at SCN. And they all compare. Shop at SCN. You get more for life. Shop at SCN. Shop at SCN. Yeah. Shop at SCN. Shop at SCN. What they say? Shop at SCN. ACS family, customer friendly. With 3 locations, it's so convenient. And our prices, they are the nicest. Madam, that's where you belong. Go tell your mama, tell your papa, shop at SCN. Tell your son and your daughter, shop at SCN. Auntie, nene, and cousin, friend, open power, all of them. Grandma, grandpa, couple, neighbor, girlfriend, boyfriend, side, what? Shop at SCN. Shop at SCN. Shop at SCN. Shop at SCN. Check us out at Pottersville, High Street, and downtown Rose.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe, and Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins, and bidets. PVC piping, fittings, and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
The New India Insurance Company has reopened its doors in Portsmouth, offering the same great services you get in Roseau. Motor vehicle insurance, home and business owners, fire and related perils, public liability, and so much more. Come, visit us today for insurance with a personal touch on Bay Street, Passport, or call us at 445-4023. We are ready to serve you. Dominicans, enjoy your property, protect your property, you homeowner and businessman, protect your property, enjoy your property. Can't wait for the hurricane, can't wait till you flood again, can't wait till your roof fly out and all your business coming out. Remember, no insurance company will insure your property when a storm is approaching. Get ahead of the hurricane season and insure with a company who gives you the assurance of payment for your valid claim. Come speak with us today at the New India Assurance Company Limited, upstairs AC Shillingford and Company Limited, 24 King George Street, Roseau. Bring along an up-to-date valuation from a qualified engineer and get insured today.
Okay, we are back and we're joined by the president of the DABA, Mr. Donny Robinson. I think he's playing tonight. He has a crucial game in just over an hour, and I am sure he's a bit nervous, but I'm sure he'll be able to speak to us, no problem. Donny, good night.
Good evening, gents. Good evening, listeners.
Well, Ronald is there, Dr. Fountain is there, Lobby is there, Lambi is there. Donny, I know you have a game in the next hour and a half, crucial game?
Crucial game number 4, finals of the Premier League. So
if you win tonight, you win the Premier League, right?
Correction. When we win tonight, we win the Premier League.
That's a nice one. That's
great confidence. Great confidence. That's good.
Yeah, that's what sportsmen supposed to talk.
Who are you playing against? Who are you playing against Donny tonight?
We're playing against the Paybush Eagles. The guys from Paybush, very young, energetic, up and down team. So yeah, it'll be a tough one tonight.
Donny, we'll come to that. But let's talk about last weekend. We'll come to what happened tonight after. Tell us about last weekend. Were you satisfied that things went well for you all for this Creole Basketball Championship?
Well, the Creole Basketball Championship was good. I mean, I think the level of basketball was good. It was good to see some regional competition and give us a taste of what our competitors are doing outside, and give us something to measure our basketball by. A little disappointed the crowd turnout towards the beginning, but on the last couple of nights it picked up. So. But I think overall, it can only help develop our basketball. The enthusiasm was there, really good level from some of the outside teams, and I think it will help us step up our basketball game a notch.
Were you satisfied with the quality standard of the basketball itself?
Well, I was impressed with the Antigua standard of quality of basketball. The teams that actually came in, it was decent competition. The Guadeloupe team was a slightly more mature team, but they were very organized. You can tell they prepared. St. Lucia team as well. So I think from the standpoint of competition level and the standard of basketball overall, I think it was okay. I still believe we could do a little better, but it's a good start. It's the first tournament in a long time, so it's a good start.
You know, I heard one minute, Lobby. I think it was the Antigua coach speaking about how they have been together for a while and how the two guys really from the streets and they have been practicing a lot. Isn't that something that we can learn from in Dominica?
Well, yeah. I mean, that's how it used to be. Basketball was a game that you played every day, all day, and now we are at the point where we're trying to get it back in terms of getting a more club structure, village community structure, school structure, and get basketball being played more often. That's the only way you can do it. The Antigua program is a grassroots. It started from a grassroots program. These guys have been playing together for a lot of years. They came up through their youth academy, and you can tell by the way they play together. I mean, so we're hoping we can learn from that as well.
Lobby, you wanted to ask him a question?
Yeah, I said, who won? First of all, who won the tournament?
Well, the team from Antigua beat the Detroit Blazers in the finals, so they won the tournament. It's a really keenly contested tournament. The final was not as close, but the tournament overall was keenly contested.
Yeah, I just want to to share your sentiments, Donny, as you said, in terms of what we used to be before, because of what existed before. Yes, you had the Windsor Park first and foremost. The number two, we had a number of regional competitions that helped us to grow a lot. You had the OECS. I know Reds, if Reds are listening, he loved whenever you had Dominica to host. Because he knew that as long as Dominica hosting, you know that, the support would have been massive. But I'm just hoping, Danny, as you said, that come next year that, you can start practicing very early. The guys can start practicing very, very, very early. Hoping to have it next year again, Donny?
Yeah, that's what we're looking forward to. I think let's say there's a start, and we're hoping.
Is there any about venue change or Dominica again?
No, it's going to be the Creole Championship is actually going to be held in Dominica. There are going to be some preliminary rounds that will be held in the French Islands, but the final is going to be held in Dominica around this time every year. That's the plan.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, yes, Donny. There are certain players who stood out, like Tishon Lewis, Lester Langley, Kejon Thomas. Can you give me your impression, your objective impression of those three outstanding players?
Well, yeah, I mean, these are these typical guys that in our national league that stand out. Guys like Thomas, Felix Thomas, and Keon Thomas from the Falcons. Guys like Lester. You still have guys like Elenin and Shama from Paybush. So those guys are the normal suspects. You can tell these guys are playing more basketball than others. They are a little more dedicated and they've been around for a while. So I'm not surprised. I'm more disappointed that you didn't have more players stand out than surprised at the guys that have stood out, to be honest, because these are the guys that through our league have been doing very well.
What about Tishon Lewis from Antigua?
Well, yeah, these guys are obviously well trained, well prepared, well coached, and very athletic. And you can just tell by how they play basketball that they're coming from good fundamental backgrounds. And it's refreshing to see young players with so much talent can still play basketball fundamentally. And that's one thing that we saw from the Antiguan team. These guys, high flyers, up and down, but from a basic basketball fundamentals, they are dominant, and their skills develop from that. But if you look at him, you can see somebody that's been exposed and well trained and prepared. So I hope our younger players learn from that.
Donny, you just said something there about the coaching and the fundamentals and well trained. Is that something that we're lacking here? Do you believe we have enough coaches there that can really take our basketball forward?
We have a lot of coaches, but do we have decent coaches? I would argue no. I mean, there are two things that would propel coaching. One, you have to have a lot of basketball knowledge or experience in some way. Either you played or you studied or you are a student of the game. And two, you have to have athletes that are willing or are trainable in schools or in club setting or in village settings. And in both cases, we lack that. I think two areas of our game really suffers in coaching and officiating. Apart from the playing quantity of players, I think coaching is a place that we have to stop. We have to start realizing that coaching is more than making subs. It's not just managing the game off the bench, but preparing the team and being able to analyze the game to execute against your opponents and get people motivated and wake them up to play is a big part of it. And yeah, we lack a lot in that area.
But as the president of the DABA, what are you hoping to do about that then?
So one thing we've done so far, I mean, we had there's exact two areas in our bullseye coming in this year, and we have already had the FIBA training session for officials, and we plan to do the same for the coaches. So we are in constant contact with the regional body, trying to get some coaching seminars. We have a couple tentative ones set up, and we're hoping that we can get interested coaches or coaches with the potential to come in and do the same, just like we've done with some of the officials we know FIBA training.
Donny, one question. When again, I have to ask the same question. It's like a recurring decimal. When will the Winterberg hot cut be available? You all.
Just like the stadium lobby.
No, but
answer that.
Right now, the one of the hoops is up, so they're playing basketball there, but it's not ready for league games yet. We're hoping to get the both rims up, and we were hoping before the end of the season we could get some games. But what we definitely will do is have an off season in Winter Park for sure before the end of the year. That's one of the things we want to do.
Donnie, I hate injury in sports. I play a lot of sports, and injury is a natural part of sports. There was a guy from GGB Guadeloupe on the Friday night who got a knee injury. How serious was that?
Well, it was serious enough where he couldn't come back in, but from all reports, there was no major structural damage.
Okay.
And he should be okay. That's what I understand. But yeah, it was major enough where he couldn't play anymore, but he should be
How's
okay.
the game for you, brother?
Yeah.
Okay, Donnie, let's turn to what's happening tonight now. You all have played 3 games. You have won 2, your team, and it's Paybush you're playing against, right?
Yes.
So they have won 1. So we have game 4 tonight, right?
Yes, correct.
Is that going to be on radio? I think DBS has been carrying some matches. Is it going to be on radio tonight?
DBS has been carrying some matches. I think they're going to be here tonight. We're going to have it live on Facebook as well. I must say we've done a lot better in the past week carrying those games. But tonight's game is going to be keenly contested. You know, Paybush was down 2-0. They came back and won the 3rd game, and I know they don't want to go home yet. They want to play another game. So we are just old and tired and had enough of that. And we want to play tonight,
So are you playing and coaching as well, Donnie, the team?
No, I help out, but we have a head coach. Yeah, I help out.
Well, I know your father used to be the coach. Does he still do that?
You know, he's wrong helping out, but we have a head coach. Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's going to be a nice game tonight. I mean, we expect to have a good game tonight.
Because tonight will be hot. I can tell you, the Massacre crowd always comes out. Thank God they support their team in orange. They come out in full colors. The drums and everything ready. I know people come out with their supporters. But yeah, tonight it's going to be. We want to close it out tonight, and I think we're going to do so. The good thing is that we just coming from playing 4 games in 5 nights with this Creole Festival, and we made all the way to the finals. We beat 2 regional teams. So our confidence is high, and I think it was we maybe one of the teams that benefited from that tournament, and hopefully tonight we can pull it off.
Is there
Donnie, question?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, in terms of, I'm looking at the height, this Creole Festival. Which of the teams are hard in terms of the height? Look at Antigua. What are the average height of the players?
Antigua, the player, he was about 6'10", the tallest guy. The average height was maybe about 6'6", 6'7". They were by far the tallest team.
Okay.
Guadeloupe was also pretty tall. Guadeloupe was averaging pretty close to that. They had a few 6'8", 6'9" guys as well. But like I say, our basketball, our teams build differently. Our Dominican teams, they put up a good showing. We play different type of basketball. We play a little more physical. We play, and it worked against St. Lucia and Guadeloupe where we won. But Antigua was just head and shoulders above the rest of the teams, and they did a number on us.
I know that.
But we'll catch them. We will be back next year.
Well, you can also remember in those days when Antigua in the first OECS, and we bounced back. We learned no lesson. I started to prepare.
Yes, preparation is key.
Oh yes.
Yeah, last question for you, Donnie, before you leave. International basketball. USA used to dominate the Olympics, but we're seeing things are changing now in the Olympics. What's your impression, Donnie?
What you say they used to dominate? They won, this year game.
They won.
Of course they dominate. They beat everybody. They beat everybody.
The semi-final, they beat Serbia by 1 point.
Anyway, let him
That's
answer.
okay. I think US still dominates basketball. I think what it is, everybody wakes up more and have a little more confidence that they can give them a fight. But every time the US needs to win a game, they win. I mean, when the best players need to step out, they step out. But it's good for basketball to see that the world is catching up, because basketball is used to be looked at as a sport that only the Americans would dominate. Now, when you go to Olympics, you fear the European teams now, and
because they play in the NBA.
Right, and I'm about to say it's good in the sense where the US has made it possible for a lot of those good players to be playing in the professional league. So you actually playing at the same level. The catch-up point really is when these countries have enough in number to make up a 5 or 6 players, then you're really going to see that they've caught up. In terms of skill, the good players in Europe is just as good as the guys in the NBA, but they're just outnumbered for now. But I think they will continue to catch up, and then they will start winning matches once they can have 5 or 6 NBA players playing on one team in Europe. Because NBA is the highest level, and they're all there anyway. But
in fact, I just saw, Donnie, where Curry just signed a 1-year extension to his contract, $62 million for 1 year. I don't know if you saw that.
Maybe at the end of the day, you saw what the guy did in the finals of against France. I mean, if a guy can do that, he deserves $63 million. Jesus Christ. I mean, the guy was shooting like his eyes was closed and everything was falling. I mean, he single-handedly won that game. So,
Donnie, I want to say something. Just what Landa said there about USA. I look at it differently. When you think about teams catching up, one of the things is that you have to look at, first of all, the NBA. You have 82 regular season games, and 25 of that's 107 games. All right, compared to the other teams and their league in terms of preparation. And I still find the US did very well. Very, very well. It's not easy to play 82 regular season games. Then you have 25 playoffs. That's another level again. It's not easy at all. And I think they did very well.
Yeah,
okay.
It's clear.
Okay, Donnie, we have to let you go because I know you have a game in just over an hour. So wish you all the best. Obviously, next week,
Donnie.
when we speak to you, well, you just said that when we win, so we don't expect to
have to win.
So we will be speaking to you as the champion team. Maybe an open invitation there. You can bring a couple of your guys right in the studio next week, your captain and somebody else, and speak it was live on radio next week, Thursday.
That'll be good. We'll walk in the trophy. Don't worry.
Right. Come the trophy and a couple of your guys next week, Thursday, right in the studio.
Donnie knows that what I'm saying. He has to win. He knows that. With me, he has to win.
Don't worry.
We wish you the best. We wish you the best.
Thank you, guys. I always appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you, man. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, guys. Well, that's good. Well, Donnie is in a final tonight, so we hope to hear him. Guys, we're going to be speaking to Fiala for a few minutes. I think she's going to a function, so we should be speaking to her in a few minutes before she goes to a function. Every night she seemed to be busy. I think there was a cocktail in her honor last night. I think she has another one tonight.
We had the cocktail, Siwa?
No, they wouldn't invite people like me and you. So I think it must be her. It must be her the line now. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah.
Brendan, that's you?
Brendan,
yes. So good evening. I just said we're going to have Fiala for a few minutes. Can we speak to her, please, Brendan, if you don't mind? That's royalty, if you don't mind.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing tonight?
All right. It's nice to have royalty. On behalf of Sports Rap, we first want to congratulate you on your wonderful achievement because winning an Olympic gold is a big thing. It's a big thing. If people don't understand it, it's something big. You go to Trinidad, Hazley Crawford, who won in 1976, stadium named after him. And you go to St. Kitts, what's his name? The guy who won the 100 meters at the World Championship. There's a stadium named...
Collins.
Kim Collins, exactly. Hopefully next year, we'll have a stadium named after Fiala. So, Fia, all of Dominica is listening to you here and abroad. What you want to tell you? Well, Dr. Fountain is on, Emmanuel Lamlack is on, and Ronald Landa is also there. So it's up to you. Tell the listeners what you want to say. We want to congratulate them. I'm sure the other guys with me feel the same way.
Well, I want to say, first of all, thank you so much for the congratulatory message. And really, I just feel humbled and just truly appreciative and joyful. It's one thing to win a medal, but to win a medal for a country that has shown such love and support for me for the last 14 years has been phenomenal. And being able to bring home something so special to us has been the best feeling on earth, and I'm so grateful to be here and be able to experience this with you all right now.
Fia, how have you felt from the time you arrived in Dominica last Saturday, the love of the Dominican people? How have you felt being in Dominica?
Since I've been in Dominica, I have just honestly been in awe of the reception, awe of the emotion, the magnitude of this situation. I don't know if a homecoming like this could be matched. I feel like I've never felt so warmly embraced by an entire country before, and it feels so good to be back and just to really, really enjoy this moment with Dominica.
Will that encourage you to come back a bit more often, Fia? I said, will that encourage you to come back and more often, that the love you have been given by the Dominican people? Will you come back a bit more often?
Well, you don't have to worry about me coming back more often. I definitely will be having a more constant presence on island. That is my promise to you and to the nation. And if anything, this welcome has more than reignited or even enlarged the flame of love that I have for this nation. So I will be around more often.
Guys, you all want to ask Fia a question? Dr. Fontaine, Lobby?
Yes, Fia. I want to start, Sebastian. I want to just to congratulate Fia once again on her achievement as an athlete, myself, multi-purpose athlete, jumper, thrower, run, sprinter. I know what it's like. People understand what triple jump is like. It totally takes on your body. And I know that winning that gold medal was not easy. It wasn't easy for you at all. You're made of thinner stuff. It's an injury. And I know that presently that you are injured right now. And I know that as I feel your pain that you cannot take part in the Diamond Leagues. And so how long again, how long you see yourself? We'll be able to back in action.
So I will be on crutches for about 6 weeks.
Wow.
Non-load bearing. But I'll be back in full action by Christmas. So we'll take a few months, enjoy the rest, make sure that this knee is healing up very full. Yes, and I'll be back for indoor season.
Don't put on too much weight, Fia, during that time. Careful. Dr. Fontaine, I'm sure you have a question for her.
Yes, well, mine is more to congratulate Fia. I sent her a note privately, but just publicly, I wanted to just express the joy and the appreciation that all of Dominica feels at knowing of the accomplishment, and it's just amazing. Dominica, I believe, became the 101st country in the world to win a medal at the Olympics. So, the fact that you were able to do it for Dominica is a testament to your endurance and to what you went through. In fact, I saw your training video and saw how you had to improvise and what you had to do to get to that level. So I really wanted to say congratulations again to you, and also to congratulate you on you being appointed an ambassador to Dominica. Already you've started, in fact, I was talking to a friend of mine in the US today who said they went to some doctors conference, and when they found out that she was from Dominica, the first thing they said, Fia Lafont, so already, you've set the tone there for, in terms of the publicity, in terms of the focus on the island. And we really thank you for being so. And also, I find that you're extremely articulate when you talk about Dominica. Your love and care for the country shows and comes through very, very strongly. And we just want to thank you for the influence that you will undoubtedly have on the future athletes of Dominica. So thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I very much appreciate it.
Yes, Fia Lafont. I've not met you in person, but I'm so impressed by your athletic excellence and your objective, inspirational intelligence. You come from good stock. I heard your mom speak some time ago, and the way your mom speak, she guided you and worked with you to get the excellence out of you. I hope that Discover Dominica will have a short audience with you before you leave, so that we can promote sports tourism in Dominica. All the best, Fia Lafont.
Fia, you can comment on that statement you just made?
Well, I would like to say that, well, one, it is a massive honor to even be seen in the same scheme as, our entire nation as itself. Like, the idea of me being allowed to represent and even be an ambassador, very newly stated, is really an honor. And, you know, I do plan to be working with Discover Dominica in the very near future, present and future, in the kind of tourism endeavor, but also, you know, in other aspects, which I cannot list right at the moment yet. I will announce at certain time, that I look forward to teaming up with some major businesses here on island, not only to help the tourism sector, but also to help, you know, the youth and the future of sports in Dominica.
You know, Fia, I know you have to go. I just want to ask you one question, and people probably don't put a lot of importance in that. Your husband has played a big part in your success. I'm sure you want to speak about that.
Absolutely. My husband is also my coach. We've been working together for 8 years. And within the first 6 months of him becoming my coach, I think it was actually 1, 2, 3, 4 months of becoming my coach, I PB'd by over 50 centimeters. And if you know anything about athletics, that is massive. It's huge, almost unheard of. And every year since then, we have only gotten better. We've only moved forward, only upwards and onwards. And I think it's a real testimony to his ability to go back to the drawing board every year and not be afraid to try something different, to say, let's mix it up. What can we do to get better and better? And we have never been a team that is complacent, that is fine with where we are. We've always been very competitive. And even the way I jump double arm, which is typically how men jump. When I told him that I wanted to do so, he was more than okay, very supportive of that decision, and believed it was the best way to jump too, when other coaches actually laughed at me when I said that. So I have someone in my life that is not only a great life partner, but a phenomenal athletics partner, someone who listens, who I truly trust, and he also trusts me. And he is a truly imperative part of this process on this team. And I can honestly say I do not think I'd be right here with you, a gold medalist at the Olympics, without him. So I'm truly grateful for Aaron Gaston.
Okay. Fia, thank you very much. I know you have to go. And Brendan, I know Brendan. Brendan, thank you so much for making that link. And thank you so much, Peter. Enjoy yourself tonight. I know you have till next week in Dominica. So I hope you enjoy yourself. Go to the hot spring, go to the river, the beaches, and just have a good time. Eat a lot of Dominica local food. That's all I wish for you.
Thank you so much. You have a great evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Before we take a break, Lobby, well, you would encourage her to eat a lot of lamb. You think she should have that and breadfruit?
Sebastian,
yeah?
Sebastian, her parents haven't lost Dominica cooking. So you're custom this thing.
So you think she eating yampe woti and lamowi and tomato and cucumber?
That, you know, she's down to earth.
And you think she drinking local Simos?
But
not BB and good.
Not BB for sure. Oh no, not BB rum. Oh no. Oh no. Simo, I want to Simo, before you take the break. There's something I want to just I saw on I don't know. I just like on social media last week. That before Fia arrived on Saturday. So Friday morning, I'm seeing Brendan on social media talking about establishing triple jump facilities over I forgot to and he got a lot of stack for that on social media. Triple jump facilities.
Say again, he got a lot of what?
Blows on that.
Why would he get blows for that?
But see, you talk about triple jump facility now. You need a track. With the track, you have the jumping facilities. You have the frame facilities. That's what you need.
But what I'm saying, okay, we don't have the track yet. Is there a problem in doing that still?
No, that is crazy, Sebastian. That's crazy. That's a waste of money.
No, I'm just asking you. You the athletic
It's a waste of money.
Well, I'm asking you.
Well, it's a waste of money, Sebastian.
Okay, if you say that, I'm not going to argue with you about that.
I think Brendan Williams is a young, intelligent man who is the president of the DAAA, and we need to give him optimal support. Whatever we do, give him optimal support to get the result, Lobby, as we're talking about the track and other things.
But
give Brendan Williams optimal support.
Landa, when I speak Landa, yeah, let me tell you something. I am the one that produced Brendan Williams. I'm the one. And ask my athletes about me. I'm one of the most versatile coaches in Dominica. When I speak, I do a lot of authority, brother. I'm not those that stay at the back end. You can see what you want, you know.
Okay. Let's take a
I
call.
think
We don't want
that is
to. We don't want to have no back and forth. Hold on. Let's take a call. Good evening, caller.
Yeah, good evening, Chibo.
Hey, good evening. Talk a little louder. We're not hearing you clearly. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Chan Chibo and the rest.
Dr. Fountain.
Good night.
What's up, boss?
Good night, partner.
Yeah, what's up, Ross?
Yeah.
Partner. All right. Nice to hear you.
So,
yeah.
I just want to piggyback a little on the basketball aspect of it because I watched some of the tournament.
Right.
And one of the things I were pity Donnie and because Donnie knows set plays. I realize that's what the team lacking, the Blazers, because they come against Antigua, they could see they were shocked. They were basically shocked. They couldn't get through. Yeah, they had a height advantage, the Antigua team, but in the absence of, you about the height team, you're supposed to be able to set up. And then you have to be able to run fast breaks. Now, if you cannot run the fast break, you have to be able to have the half-court offense. And I think that is what is lacking. Most of the teams I watch the tournament, they half-court offense. And I find, sadly, that is lacking in the basketball nowadays. I mean, you watch the NBA and stuff and college, you have half-court offense.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just running everybody shooting three-pointers. You've got to set up and have a half-court set so you can, work on the defense and get easy baskets. And I think that was lacking because most of the time you could see them starting to pass the ball around the top and try to force in the long shot. And the commentators all the time, especially Jamo, was talking about the height, when to get him and the afraid to go in. But height is another issue.
But let me ask you, as a former national basketball coach, I know you overseas, would you get in touch with Donnie and them, have discussion and see how you could come back for a week and see how you can help them? Wouldn't you want to do that?
That is in the work. I should be done in a couple of weeks. But
okay.
One thing is, but they got to work on this because I just the absence of that. The basketball are going to go nowhere. I mean, everybody excited at shooting. Everybody shooting 3-pointers. We're not seeing the real ball handlers. We're not seeing the real shooters and stuff, And I know one of the things that has hampered that's truantry basketball. It's supposed to enhance those skills, but in fact, it's not. So they got to work on that and make sure they got good ball handlers, good shooters, good rebounders, and be able to penetrate the defense because you can't be just passing the ball around the top and hoping somebody fires you. No, you got to have set plays and organize, and this comes with practice. And I think them guys not playing enough basketball. Yeah, you have enough facility, but they're supposed to be working on those sets. So that when they come up against those teams, you look like what you're doing, that you can't really cut those passes and then because of a little height, 6'10", 6'11", whatever, you can't get close to the basket. That's crazy. So
good point, Lee. Good point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, partner, I know like I say, I hope one day you could come. What you say will be done in 2 weeks. In fact, when you come down, probably you should come to the studio and join us here for a few minutes. I hope you call me and come and have a discussion in the studio. You're former national basketball coach, so I'll be glad to have you when you come home.
We work together.
All right, man. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Guys, we're going to take a break, but I just want to mention again about that rewards rub. It's a local thing good for sportsmen and women. It's good for you. You must get it from Quick Care Pharmacy. That is good for inflammation and arthritis. Go to the Quick Care Pharmacy. Dr. Maffei, there is a local product done locally. Let's take a break now.
Looking for a quiet, relaxing place to stay? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Leaving the office late and need somewhere close to town? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Business clients coming in? Need accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Looking for group accommodation? Call Porter's Place Guest House. Located at 37 Goodwill Road in Portersville, upstairs ACS Supermarket. Enjoy our semi-self-contained rooms with private washroom, bathroom, Wi-Fi, air condition, cable network, mini refrigerator, all in a non-smoking environment. Call or WhatsApp at 1767-275-1899 or email us at info@portersplaceguesthouse.com to make your reservations. Porter's Place, your home away from home. Fit for a king, a queen, and all their royal subjects. When you want the best, what you do? Shop at SCN. Better than the rest. Go shop at SCN. And they all confess. Shop at SCN. You get more for less. Shop at SCN. Shop at SCN. Yeah. Shop at SCN. Shop at SCN. What they say? Shop at SCN. ACS family, customer friendly. With free locations, it's so convenient. And our prices, they are the nicest. Madam, that's where you belong. Oh, tell your mama, tell your papa, shop at SCN. Tell your son and your daughter, shop at SCN. Auntie, nene, and cousin, friend, open power, all of them. Grandma, grandpa, open neighbor, girlfriend, boyfriend, side. What? Shop at SCN. Shop at SCN. Shop at SCN. Shop at SCN. Check us out at Pottersville, High Street, and downtown Rose.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe, and Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins, and bidets. PVC piping, fittings, and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
The New India Insurance Company has reopened its doors in Portsmouth, offering the same great services you get in Roseau. Motor vehicle insurance, home and business owners, fire and related perils, public liability, and so much more. Come, visit us today for insurance with a personal touch on Bay Street, Portsmouth, or call us at 445-4023. We are ready to serve you. Dominicans, enjoy your property, protect your property. You homeowner and businessman, protect your property, enjoy your property. Can't wait for the hurricane, can't wait till you flood again, can't wait till your roof fly out and all your business coming out. Remember, no insurance company will insure your property when a storm is approaching. Get ahead of the hurricane season and insure with a company who gives you the assurance of payment for your valid claim. Come speak with us today at the New India Assurance Company Limited, upstairs AC Shillingford and Company Limited, 24 King George Street, Roseau. Bring along an up-to-date valuation from a qualified engineer and get insured today.
Yes, we are back, and good night. And I think we have with us the PRO of the Dominica Football Association, Mr. Ebby Lawrence. We haven't spoken to him for a while. And Ebby, good night to you, my brother.
Good evening, Mr. Sebastian. Good evening to your panelists. Yes, this is me again, Eddie Lawrence. After a long haul, I said you all have every information on the football, so there is no need to call you all.
That's not true. That's not correct. That's not correct. Dr. Fountain is there, Lobby is there, Landa is there, everybody's there.
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening.
Good night,
humor
Ebby.
won't kill, man. It's just been a little sarcastic, but a little humor wouldn't kill us.
Okay,
The humor is good. The humor is good. Good for the
I
score.
want to ask you, before we go to the actual football, a few months ago, there was supposed to be this
report.
Well, first of all, they had an inquiry into the fiasco in Guatemala.
Yes.
Have you all released a report yet?
The inquiry is completed, and as we speak, the report is on the desk of the president to be made known.
So how long has he had that report?
well, it was completed. Actually, I don't want to lie or give or preempt. No, I don't want to give the wrong date. It was given actually a month thereabout ago.
A month ago, and the president hasn't found it fit to say to people the recommendations from that report. Abby, you hearing me? Are you hearing me, Abby?
I'm answering you based on the recommendations were given.
Mm-hmm.
It's on his desk. As we speak, I'm telling you, like I told the public, and I remembered myself going clearly on that and say, on my part, I will not reveal any information.
No, we don't want you to. We don't want you. I don't want you to do that. We don't want.
No, so I'm just saying based on the truth that the report was given, and it's on the desk of the
But
president.
what I want to say, Abby, the report was prepared. It's given to the president. They haven't discussed it with the executive of the Football Association.
That was an executive decision, so at least we are all privy to what is in it, and the recommendations, as mentioned, are all there. They are edged in pen for one to read. But before going even further, we know that the clubs requested a special meeting. So as soon as this is cleared, I believe by then the reports will be made to the various clubs.
The special meeting is for when? When is that going to be held? Hold on, Lobby.
A date wasn't given as to when this meeting will be convened, but I know at our last meeting, the letter was read, and as the executive, we are to meet with the clubs going forward. I know we are to meet on the 9th, thereabouts of September, for our usual executive meeting. So by then, a decision will be, or should have been taken to tell the clubs when we will be accommodating them for this Guatemala, as you have called it before, fiasco.
But what specifically are the clubs asking you all to meet for? What do they want to meet with you all for? In the letter they sent to you all?
Basically to find out exactly what transpired, the costing as to what it cost the FA after such what was done, and then moving forward, other matters that is relevant towards them and the football going forward in Dominica.
Okay, well, that's nice because I mean that shouldn't be kept on the carpet. People need to know the Football Association is a public entity, and it cannot be that over a month a president has a report and he won't release it. And people need to know. People, you all have to be transparent.
It is on his desk. So at the end of the day, there were certain key things that had to be done. So again, like I always said to the person, is not just blowing things in carte blanche. Certain legal matters were to be dealt with before even publicizing everything. So as soon as this was done or is done, like I said, on the 9th of September, we will have a clearer idea as to where are we going with the recommendations that were made. But nonetheless, I've seen some of them going forward personally. So at the end of the day, is we, the executive, to be transparent, to be honest with the clubs and you, the public, as to what we find, where we lapse as a country, as an executive, and the recommendations that were made going forward. There is nothing to hide about it, or nothing to bring the football into disrepute. It's just a matter of saying and putting things in order so none of these mishaps can happen again.
Okay. All right, Abby, tell us about football now. Well, you had football last weekend. What happened? I understood Jubla lost their first game of the season.
Well, Jubla faced the challenge, although Harlem gave them a run in the first round. But Jubla, they are still leading with 28 points nonetheless, followed closely by We United, Valvoline We United with 24 with a game standing.
Who beat them?
Yes, and for now, we see the struggling team of Southeast, and Buffett State is in the cellar position.
In the cellar position? Wow.
No, Buffett State is. Buffett State is. Much is desired right now, going forward. But as we speak, there will be a short break for the Premier League of our football, as they will be traveling to Antigua for the game to be held on the 7th at 4 p.m. versus Antigua.
What
So
game
there
is
will not
that,
be
Ebi? What game is that?
The CFU game.
Okay.
CFU game.
Yeah, I just want you to tell
So
the
there will be a
public.
lot-
Yeah.
But nonetheless, the women's league will be going on. First division league will be going on. We'll be running the under 20. We'll be running the under 15. So quite a few football is going on as we speak. And so yes, round 2 of the Premier Cup is ongoing, but there will be a short break for the time. Well, what else? And recently our team, the under 15, under 14 boys, they performed creditably in Trinidad. And again, based on our program, the RTC program that is running with the football, with some marked improvements with our boys, although there is much more room for improvement, but we've seen marked improvement compared to other years. The same can apply to the girls. And it's steady and slowly things are beginning now to shape, because we went through the master plan and say this is what we want to see ourselves as an executive achieving 2028. So that's where we are. Much football is desired because, like I said to some persons that would ask me questions, the championship is open for now. So there is competitive football to be played. See, I need you to work with Collioure next season.
Well, Collioure is always a cricket village, you know that. I know they have a football team now, but Collioure is a cricket village.
Look at beautiful thing about it. Collioure is not a cricket, but let us take, for example, South City FC. We know grand base of cricket as well. But because they are new on the block, they are doing well.
Okay.
So we need you to be part of the Collioure FC together with Dr. Kazimi to really develop the youngsters. Yes, the old ones maybe not so physical, but we can develop the grassroots in Collioure and bring football.
I hear you, man.
That is supposed to be in Collioure.
Yeah, but they must give us a proper playing field too, as well. You know, all that too, because I don't want to involve you in that, but I know 2019 before the election, Collioure has free quarries. They had to pay a guy in Grand Bay $25,000 to bring soil. Can you imagine that? To a Collioure playing field, and there are free quarries in the vicinity of Collioure. Pay a guy $25,000 before the 2019 election. Collioure need a proper playing field, my God. Anyway, go on.
Well, that's not just a Collioure dilemma. That is a dilemma all over the place. And let's hope one of these days the very sports council that was created will see the need to enhance these facilities, while we, as an association, big up and thank CLA4 for putting us on the map. Right now, we need now to have our very map going forward. Where do we want to see sports tourism? And I'm speaking DFA only. I'm speaking as one that wants to see sports go further. Mm-hmm. For example, I know that the Grand Fort playing field is listed. Mm-hmm. The Grand Fort playing field is listed, and many said to me, we will see Premier Games, and Dr. Thompson knows the very fact that to see Premier Games, there will be an extension of the playing field needed.
That I was just going to ask you if they feel big enough to have a Premier League game.
No, there is not so a Premier League game, but nonetheless, if and when done and done properly, we can see things happen.
So, Ebi, sorry, is it already lit? Is it? I mean, the lights are there, but is it connected? Is it sustained?
Yes, it is connected. The lights are connected.
Okay, so you've actually been into you, because I was there a couple of days ago and I was told it was not yet connected. So it happened just yesterday, 2 days ago?
Repeat yourself, Dr. Fontaine.
Well, I was saying, when I was there a couple of days ago, I was told that it had not yet been connected up. It was there.
One of the things I will tell you, I do not know if they told you it wasn't connected, but the lights are connected.
Okay,
actually, as to the day it will be commissioned, that is another story, but the lights are connected.
Oh, so that it has not been used as yet then. I think that's it. It's not been used as yet because it's not yet commissioned.
I saw it for myself. It's legit. It's just, I guess the politicians wants to do a fancier with rights in the community, hooray, hoorah, and that is part of it.
That's not nice.
Sibo, I had a question to ask Eddie.
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Premier League. Eddie, I got a very useful bit of information from Facebook on the standings, and I've been looking at that for a very long time. So thank you and the association for publishing that. I think it should be done on a more regular basis. It should be done on a more regular basis. And I'm very disappointed to see that Southeast, after 10 games, Southeast actually number 7 out of 10. What has gone wrong for the Southeast team this season? A team that was always contending for number 1 or 2 for the past few seasons.
I am not going to speak of all the ramifications, but Southeast right now, I guess they need to really revisit their plans. They've been speaking of the management. They've been speaking of coach. That is for themselves to decide. As an association, where we can assist Southeast is with the way they go about dealing with their meetings and putting things in order. We cannot play football for them, but at the end of the day, they will complain in management. And they were complaining, really, a coach. So that is the issue.
Who is the coach of the team now? Maybe?
The coach is Gavaskar Charles.
So isn't that the same coach they had for the past few years?
The same coach.
And now they have problems with him? When they were winning, wasn't he there? No, I'm just asking you.
That is for them to decide, and lobby. I cannot decide for them.
Okay, no, just checking. That's what I was asking you. It wasn't the same coach that was there when they were winning.
That's the very coach that caused them to win championships before. But different players probably agree to different strategies, and hence they cannot gel. I'm just saying. So that is for Southeast management to decide. But it's a cause of concern, Dr. Fountain, not just for you. It's a cause of concern for me as well, from the community, knowing the talents, the raw talents that are there. And we need to find ways we can really enhance this talent to make it what it's supposed to be for, not just for the players, but for the community and for the overall football.
Indeed. You know, I'm still wearing my jersey, but a little less frequently those days. As a result.
Because it happened that year that they were down on the second round. They rebounded and won the championship. So don't never lose. It's like Man United, win, lose or draw. You keep your Southeast on.
All right. Now, Emmy, I noticed that the 10 games have been played. How long is the season in terms of the number of games played normally?
How long is the season?
Yeah, in terms of the number of games. For example, I know in the Premier League it's 38 games. For the Dominica Premier League, how many games do the teams play?
We play 2 rounds of football. For the Premier League, we play 2 rounds of football. So you've seen them play 11 games for now, and they are 10 points. So they could rebound and be on the top 4 if they play and win games and score goals. But if not, and they keep on losing, then when it's time reach for us to decide on relegation based on the point standing, because like I said, competitive football is still open, and point standing, then they can redeem themselves. But it's up to Southeast now to redeem themselves, and we going forward.
Emmy, let me ask you a question. You said the national team, they're going. How long have they been training for this competition?
Well, they started in we are in September, somewhere in July.
July.
That was the very team, the Guatemalan team. So no major change with them because of the inquiry that was going on. We were to put a lull, a hiatus that is over the entire overall performance, so as to ensure things were in order and not just in a cul-de-sac.
So you said the team leaves when?
They leave on Saturday the 4th.
That is
and the game,
on Saturday the 4th?
Yeah, the first game will be
Saturday, not the 4th.
7.
Saturday
They're
the
gonna
4th.
next week.
Oh,
Next week.
Oh. And how many games do they play in Antigua?
They'll be playing one in Antigua, then they play one in Bermuda, the Triangle.
Bermuda?
And one in Dominican Republic. We will have no games here.
Why? Why no games here?
As you know, Sibo, you want to go to the political things.
No. If I ask you, I don't know anything about political things. You are talking about football.
We will have games because by then the stadium will be in use.
In use for what? For independence, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's why you all can't play there?
Yeah, by then the stadium will be in use.
My goodness me, that is something else. Okay.
Ebi, I want to ask you about the regional under 14 competition. And what was Dominica's record? And what were our standing players, young, outstanding, promising players?
Okay, we had, let me start with your last one. We had Che Etienne showing real tenacity. Asaph Ban is the captain.
What positions they play?
Well, Che was one of the strikers. And he showed real fortitude. Actually, the first match, he emerged as the MVP. We had players such as like Taran George. If you're in music, Karen just came back. Taran George. Taran was one of the players that performed well. The captain, Asaph Banis, performed creditably as well. And they all did well. Our standings, like I said, we were outdone technically by the USVI because of the strength and the size of the boys. Our under 14 boys looks like they were 10 years compared to the under 14 boys of USVI. And an unfortunate situation also happened. Probably the persons were not aware that some of our players fell ill. So that daunted the performance of the team. Actually, one who had COVID. If they say it's COVID, they have to report it's COVID. So that daunted their performance on the very park.
Okay. Abby, okay, I know you in a meeting, you had to leave your meeting to come and speak to us. Next week we'll be in touch with you because I say we haven't spoken to you for a while. So next week
I'm going to make a concerted effort next week Thursday, the Lord's Day, to be in the house.
So you will come in the studio, right?
I will try my utmost to make it to the studio.
Okay, so we will speak during the week and then we'll arrange the time.
And I will bring to you a comprehensive plan as to where we are heading forward.
Well, Landa will like that. Yeah,
I like that. I'd like to meet you, Abby.
Yeah.
One of the things that I'm going to be excited about is the new marketing front I've been speaking of, and coming forward as well. Parents can as well start looking forward to that the DSA will be having an intervention in the players' lives. We're no longer going to just have our children play football and do not follow them academically. So that is one of the programs many will be looking at. Like I say to others, and I will take my blows. I may not be the technically savvy person when it comes to the football jargon, but when it comes to the representation of the athlete, for the mandate they gave me, I will carry it to the best of my ability until they decide otherwise.
Thank you.
And the time they reach to determine otherwise, they will have something they can say, he looked forward to, and let's continue on that trajectory.
Yes, Abby. Thank you very much. So we will speak to you next week. Have a good night, my brother.
Thank you, Abby. Continue the great work.
You are welcome.
Thank you. Okay, guys, I'm sure you all followed me before we go to tennis for a little while. Football in England. In fact, there's a big game on Sunday, 11 o'clock at Old Trafford, Manchester United against Liverpool. That's a big game, Sunday. 11
yes,
o'clock,
it's a big game. And then after two games, only 4 undefeated teams. I find that very interesting.
Yeah. By the way, Lobby, did you see Chelsea running riot 6-2 against Wolverhampton Wanderers?
I saw that. Yeah.
Okay. Because people can watch the games now. They're on ESPN. The games now are back on ESPN. So you can watch all the game. In fact, Saturday morning, 7:30, Arsenal are playing Brighton and Hove Albion. So all the matches can be
and Brighton is one of the undefeated teams as well.
In fact, they caused that upset against Manchester United.
Yeah.
For the injury time. Yeah.
Well,
By the way,
it's
guys,
early, it's very, very early.
yeah, the season just started.
It's very
Guys,
early.
in Antigua, the St. Kitts have won the toss. They have chosen to field against Antigua. So going to start, there was some rain. So at the Sir Vivian Richards Stadium, the Antiguans are going to be batting first against the St. CPL is starting tonight.
And I'll be seeing the game. Sibo, I'm seeing the game actually. I'm right now looking at Darren Ganger talking. So I all the games.
Okay. Well, I sent you. He's asking me what Vivian Richards said. I just told him. By the way, if I give you all a story, guys, I told her last week Saturday morning, right? Early morning, I got a few calls. I saw missed calls early morning. People calling me. So I'm wondering, but what is this? So I saw something sent to me on WhatsApp. So then a prominent person called me. I saw him call me a few times, and he said to me, "Sibo, boy, I'm trying to get you longer." I said, "What happened?" "Boy, you don't know Sir Viv died." So I said, "What?" So I said, "Don't be laughing. That's a laughing matter, because I felt my heart stop beating for about half an hour." So I said, "When did that happen?" I said, "Well, I spoke to Vivian Richards on Tuesday."
No.
Said, "No, look, it just come out now, and Sir Viv is dead." So I said to him, "If Sir Viv is dead, there are 4 people I know would call me right away." So anyway, I said, "Okay." So about 20 minutes, I am speechless, and I'm saying, but then after I said, "Let me gather myself." So I called Andy Roberts. Andy Roberts himself shocked. He tell me, you don't know. He tell me he'd been trying to get Sir Viv for 2 weeks. He can't find him. So I said, "You know what? Let me call." Because I didn't want to call Viv. And then he does somebody answer, and then I call him. Normally, this guy will not answer the phone until he will call me back when he see my number. He answered right away. So when he heard me, he said, "What on, Sibo?" So he noticed I was a bit quiet. So he said, "Come on, man, bro, what happened? What happened?" So I don't want to be, I was a bit shocked. And then I'm telling him what I was told, man. And then I checked and it said, when I look at the post, it said that Viv Richards had died in a crash 55 minutes ago, that Saturday morning. Man, that was something. That was like an ordeal, I'm telling you. I mean, can you imagine that? You get the kind of news like that.
I know. Especially death.
But again, people must be careful. Huh?
It was fake news.
Yes, people must be careful because you could get a heart attack or something like that.
Of course.
I mean, the way it was said to me, convincing Sibo, Viv is dead. I say Viv is dead, I will know right away. I mean, can you imagine that, man? And yeah, when the person, I'm sure Bob will be listening anyway. We have a caller here. Good night.
Sibo,
Yes, sir.
who you saw team and coach?
He said Gavaskar Charles. Isn't that the name, Dr. Franklin, he said?
Yes, Gavaskar Charles.
Gavaskar Charles, he said.
Okay, but Ron, I thought it was Ron.
No, Ron Green is like a mentor to the team.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Guys, let's talk a little tennis. You all have been watching. I mean, I think Alcaraz must be playing tonight again. Djokovic last night down to the 3rd round. Ronald, have you been watching?
I've been watching, but very early stages, so I'm not paying much
Yeah.
attention.
Coco Gauff, I saw she won.
It's early.
Cena did well yesterday.
Yeah, Yannick Sinner, yeah. So, going well, yeah, going well.
So far, but
there
what
are some issues around Cena though, and that testing,
the drug testing, yeah, the doping thing.
Issue and so on. It's a very interesting development.
Mhm.
For the first time, I think he has 3 C's of a banned substance. So I don't know what's going on.
But
how did he get away with that? How did he get away? Strange.
Trace amounts, because you need the stamina.
A lot of fights that's going on now, but it's very early.
In fact, just a couple of days ago, they had the classic, the longest ever. I think it lasted 5 hours and 35 minutes. The longest game in ever in professional tennis. So it's a very grueling sport, and it's something that it appears all the players are trying to take some kind of shot score, as we say, but I don't know.
Doctor, it's not about shot scott, it's an individual, you don't understand, it's an individual sport, and you have to possess the qualities of if you have a team, you have help, but it's you alone, you alone on that day. Sebastian, I'm talking about...
Hold on 1 minute, Lobby. Dr. Franklin, hold on, Lobby. Dr. Fountain, somebody that's saying the lights in Granford were connected the afternoon just before the UWP meeting. Somebody's just saying that. Let me go ahead.
Yes, Thibaut. The men Sebastania tennis is very, very competitive. There's no walkover. You have to come with your A game. All right. And recently we were looking at Alcaraz. Let nobody look. Look, he's having a head. Look, young guys and they're playing. Guys are playing. They are well coached. The rackets are good, and they can stand up with him. So he has to play. You have to come up with your A game. My surprise is Djokovic, Sebastian. I am surprised the way he's playing.
You mean after the surgery?
Yeah, because he was questioned. What happened? He said about there's some remedy, some insurance. He was questioned. People found that very, very strange. How he bounced back. So they have never seen that. You have never seen a player that's bounced back so quickly from the surgery. It's mind-boggling.
Well, we'll see what happens. It still has. It just started.
I saw Swiatek play today, and it looks like she's gonna win that competition.
Yeah, this afternoon I saw this afternoon.
Yeah. I mean, she looks in superb form. Almost a flawless presentation today, and I suspect she will ride that very easily.
The opponent was not
difficult. Might be a bit more difficult, but I think for the women, I would go with Swiatek certainly.
Remember, she was knocked out recently, yeah?
Yeah, but
the French Open
now. I mean,
don't forget that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, guys, let's move to cricket now because the time is running out.
See, but the first question I want to ask you, question, it has to with that CPL, right? I'm looking at St. Lucia team. There's only one person from St. Lucia. What happened? What's happening?
Well,
from
when the CPL started, it was designed that the Windward Island, for instance, in St. Lucia, would have 6 players from the Windward Island. Similarly, Leeward Island. But now everything has changed. It's about money, the people doing what they want. They gave these people a 99-year lease, which was a big mistake. A 99-year lease they gave them. So it's just in fact, the West Indies CPL is not like the IPL, where you have the Indian Cricket Board has control. The SA20 in South Africa, where the South African board, even the 100 or the T20 Blast in England, the ECB has control. You go to Pakistan, where the Pakistan Super League, everything in the West Indies, they have given people license to do what they want. We have a caller. Good night.
So I have my concern.
1 minute, Dr. Fang, then you come back to you. Good evening.
Yes, good evening to you, Sibo.
Yes, good evening. By the way, I heard you today saying you welcome the lady getting the BB rum. Is that what you said? No? I heard you saying today that you saw the lady getting the BB rum. I think I heard you saying that on the radio today, right? Did you?
Well, my question is tonight is along that line.
Go ahead.
I mean, I when I was a younger boy, I used to hear, Sebastian playing and Sebastian this and whatever. And in all your games you played, Sebastian, have you ever saw a sponsor give anybody rum as a token for anything like that?
No, to be honest, I never really saw that. In fact, that's why I said I was a bit shocked when I heard the lady was giving BB rum. I was a bit shocked in that. What if you I heard saying that on the radio, honestly? And I was a bit shocked.
I'm really mad about it,
Yeah.
To come out and give somebody rum.
So it's really the national drink then.
So they didn't even hide it. They had it open there. Anybody could see the rum.
Yes.
It's a national drink. It's a national.
Leather bag, Sebastian.
All right.
I put the rum in the bag.
Yes.
Then you give her a little whatever you put those two after the bag, and you put the rum in it. You put it publicly. I mean, I'm really mad about it. I'm really, really mad about it.
BB rum.
Was it the spiced version?
I'm not sure. I saw the BB bottle. Because some of the bottle is a blue label. I mean, I'm really mad about that.
Because in fact, earlier tonight I said, well, maybe the only thing that was missing is the grapefruit juice.
Well, we'll have to let that, but it's a serious thing.
Yeah, serious matter. I don't think they should get to our fleet.
one more time.
I didn't see the game tonight.
Thank you. What is he? That caller I heard saying that about BB rum. I said, but I was just shocking to give the lady rum as a gift. We have another caller. Good evening.
Yes, Sibo, good evening.
Hey, good evening, man. What's up?
I'm doing good. Good evening to Dr. Fontaine, Lambi, Lobi, and Ronald.
Okay.
Good night, my brother.
Yeah.
Something I've been wanting to do for a very long time and I keep forgetting. That is to commend the sponsors on behalf of Sports Loving Public for sponsoring the program for a very long time. I want to tell them we have
Very well said.
very much.
Very well said.
We appreciate it very much, and I wish them success, that their business expand to the extent that they could have outlets in north, south, east, and west of Dominica. Now, Sibo, I want to start with the Tia Lafon presentation or what things that was before. I see she gets a little, the right word cannot come around. No. But a little stupid piece of land in Warner and $400,000. Tia Lafon should have gotten $1 million and an acre of land in Warner. See, but you might live in Warner, and the new development area, you cannot sell less than 10,000 square feet.
Of course.
If you have less than 10,000 square feet, it's a problem to build. A friend of mine had 8,000, and all kind of full string had to be done on her behalf. So she could build her liquor house. So Tia Lafon should have gotten an acre of land with $1 million. Mohammed has to have money all over the place doing whatever he wants with. So I don't see why Tia Lafon couldn't get $1 million.
But you know, caller, it's interesting you're saying that because, you know, the lawyers who are there bringing to prosecute Dr. Fontaine and them are getting over $1 million. Is that, you know, it's interesting you should mention that. So they're paying lawyers over, and here's somebody who has gotten a gold medal at the Olympics function and then go to giving us. So you're right. Go on. Yeah.
Yes, Sibo. I would like to commend Captain Powell and his team for the Queenship of the 20, and I wish them all the best going forward. Sibo, I will talk about your opinion. The 18-year-old South African.
You mean the Rampaka, the fast bowler, left arm quickie?
Yes, the left arm quickie, the 18-year-old left arm quickie. So you will give your opinion after I hang up.
No problem.
But I believe it's a good thing that he is in the 220, because I believe if they can bring in the young bowlers, not batsmen, I'm not in favor of the batsmen, the young bowlers in the T20 thing, in the 220 series or wherever, and they can master the art. When it comes to the red ball cricket, they would be very good. And finally, Sibo, something which you are always speaking against, myself and what's his name? Sangakkara is of the same opinion with you and I. That is you being out and not out with the same DDP.
Well, I have a problem with that. Yeah, I have a serious problem with that. DRS.
Did you see Joe Root leg before today?
You mean the umpire's call again?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
The umpire rifle give Joe Root out.
Yes.
Joe Root reviewed. It went to the third umpire. The technology showed that the ball hit the stumps. So both the on-field umpire and the technology showed that the ball would hit the stumps. Yet they say because it was just marginal, so they give him not out.
Yeah, foolishness.
So how do they know the bills would not have been dislodged, even though they barely hit the stumps? That's shamefully part you're making, and I'm glad Kumar Sangakkara is against it. Good evening, gentlemen.
Yeah, you know, just to answer what you were saying, Dr. Fontaine Lobilani, he mentioned of the young fast bowler. And you know, that's always my problem having the, I don't know if you remember the Under-19 World Cup 3 years ago. You remember Donald Brevis, the young South African batsman? You remember him, right?
Yes.
He scored the most run. In fact, they were calling him the mini de Villiers. Do you remember that? We haven't heard from him since because they have him in the Mumbai Indians team playing T20. And that is the problem. You take these young guys, you bring them there, and then sometimes you don't hear about them again. You just don't hear them. So I am not too sure if that you watch Ali Kafana's batting, and first of all, I don't think he should be batting up more. And then you look at he wants to hit every ball. You can play T20 and bat like a normal batsman, like Virat Kohli and so, and bat normally. So when you go the slugging, it's a problem. And I don't know, I have a problem with all these young people, putting them there and then you just hear them disappear. And Donald Bevis is a perfect example.
See, well, I don't know if you heard the comments by Sami and Ganga in relation to Afanas.
Go ahead. I have the interview right there. I could play
You have it. Probably we should play it for this. I find it very interesting. It's short, but it's also very.
Well, hold on.
You want to play it for our listeners? You have it.
I'm not playing it. Hold on.
Give it some volume.
Again, another area when you review the World Cup to bring spinners can really bowl in the power play against him, and you guys could talk about him because I speak to him all the time.
Yeah, I think one of the things that he took from his Test match debut against India was his high skill of playing spin. He's batting at the top of the order, and oftentimes you find players who bat in that first six tend to dominate seamers against spin, but he's a little bit different. His play to spin is very dominant, and he's using that to good effect because we're seeing the modern game is offering a lot of spinners in the power play. So that is one advantage. The second, him being a left-hander at the top of the innings alongside Shehu is posing a little more pressure for bowlers to change their lines, their length. So it's working to the advantage of West Indies, but I see him not only as a batter who can develop and become much more consistent, I also see leadership in this young man.
Yeah, I think it's such a good point you make. The batsmen, I think, often.
Okay, so yes, Dr. Fontaine, yeah, that was the coach talking about Ali Kafana.
Two things struck me. They seem to be suggesting that his position at the top of the order is beneficial, at least for the time being, for the West Indies team, given the left-right hand combination, but also his ability to play spin very well. And then, but the other interesting thing that caught my ear was the focus on he being seen as a future leader of the West Indies team. I thought that came out in that small discussion there.
Yeah, but you know, as I say again, what you want first is West Indies team is not like the Englishmen. You know, in England before they would pick the captain first and then the player. You know, in West Indies you always pick people who can make the 11. So what I would like you want to see Ali Kafana do is to get himself established on the team with runs and so on, and that is that should be the primary objective now.
The priority,
to get runs and to have himself, because you know, if you do not make runs, for instance, and I will say it again, and in fact, the new chairman of the ICC, you know they happened from December, a young guy from India, his focus, he said, with million Test cricket, because as you know, India, they just gave them a big raise in Test cricket because that's their focus. So in Test cricket, you want to go out there and perform. And that is what Ali Kafana, that should be the main priority, to go out there and make runs. That should be the main priority. Honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. Sibu, I also had a quick comment on the CPL, you know, and because I was a bit concerned, and I think I raised that as, you know, before, I was a bit concerned about the trend in the CPL. And I'm thinking, for example, that somebody like Hodge, I mean, he should be given a shot. I mean, you know, one of the top batsmen now in the West Indies cannot find a place in a league in the West Indies.
Well, that is why I said about things that changed, Dr. Fontaine. 10 gone by, you'll be guaranteed a selection because you Felicia team would have to have 6 Windward Island players. That is how we started. Similarly, at the time it was the Antigua team, Hawks Bill or what it was, you had to have 6, but now things have changed and they're packing it with foreigners. That's what's happening. It's all about money and looking to make money.
It is incredible.
Yeah.
The Indians would never do that. I mean, for the IPL, in there, how many? 7 or 8 Indian players have to be there. So I don't get there. I just don't understand what is, you know, and that's one of the other reasons why West Indies is doing so poorly. The management of the cricket is certainly not there.
You're right. You're very right, and that's the problem. They still haven't started. I'm wondering why they haven't started. Still raining?
Yeah, I think there's
still in rain because I'm not checking.
Yeah. Let me see.
They haven't started yet. They haven't started. Guys, Pakistan cricket is in disarray now, guys. I don't know if Bangladesh for the first time beat Pakistan in a Test match. You saw that. In fact, I just watching, they've dropped Shah Afridi for tomorrow's test match. It's been dropped. They start at 1 o'clock tomorrow morning, the second test against Pakistan. So it's a problem. And guys, you watch Joe Root today, he continues to score runs, eh? Joe Root, yeah?
Yeah.
He's like a run machine.
Was he out? Was he out?
Well, 143 is out. LBW today. He caught 143. But the one guy does continue. And as I say, you look at his age, 32 years. He needs about what? Just over 3,000 runs. I think he'll go past 10. Look at 15,000. He'll go past that.
But Sibo, you are the authority on cricket. I respect you a lot. Kavim Hodge and Joe Root went to the same Australian academy. Sibo, you can confirm that?
Years ago.
Years ago. And then the English people keep on investing in Joe Root. But you never invested in Kavim Hodge. And look at where Joe Root is today and look at where Kavim Hodge is.
Well, Joe Root has 3,300 and Kavim has only one. And they're about the same age because Kavim Hodge is 31 years. He'll be 32 in February. Yeah, I mean, so he's not really in the prime of his youth. And you're right. I mean, it's what's happening. I mean, Joe, look at the amount of first-class matches he has played compared to Kavim. I mean,
and I think a similar thing happened to Kavim Hodge and Superman Gill.
You mean Alec Afanas, you mean, in Superman Gill? Alec Afanas.
Yeah, Afanas, sorry, Alec, yeah. Alec scored more runs than Superman Gill in the 2019 World Cup. And Superman Gill was immediately snatched up. He was number 2. He was snatched up by India and has been playing for India ever since. It took Alec another 4 or 5 years to get on the West Indies team. So we have a problem in the way we manage our cricket in the West Indies. Absolutely.
You know, Philo Wallace called me today and, you know, he said to me, West Indies cricket is just a mess. He called me for a long time from England today. We have a caller. Good evening. Yes, sir.
Every time you mention those, you can I remember Paul Joseph.
Say it again. Say it again.
Every time you mention Joe.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. That was his favorite batsman. That's true. That you're right. You're correct. That was Paul Joseph's favorite batsman.
Yes, Joe was his guy.
You're very correct, man.
I have a lot to say about the deficiencies in West Indies cricket, the mental and technical deficiencies, and how we need to do it.
Yeah, we have another caller. Good evening. Oh, we lost the caller.
Yeah, and that area there. But because of my bias in economics, I keep on talking sports stories. We lost out on the T20 World Cup. We were disorganized. West Indies are home series for 2024. We've got South Africa. They played in Trinidad and Guyana. England is coming down. You're going to play in Antigua, Barbuda, and St. Lucia. Bangladesh is coming on day after, and they're going to play in Antigua, Jamaica, and St. Kitts. What is Dominica doing to position itself to have international games?
Nothing.
Nothing. Especially we have the best crowd attendance in the small island.
Ban on.
That impact that would have on our economy. What's happening with our local association and Discover Dominica Authority?
Well, it's not the association you have to blame, eh? Because, okay, take for instance, the West Indies, there'll be probably over 30 matches in the West Indies this year, and Dominica has none. Because of our facility, none, over 30 matches. Hold on, we have a caller. Good evening. Hello? Okay, we lost the caller. You're right. We have over 30 matches when the last match against Bangladesh will have been completed. When you speak about South Africa, Bangladesh, England, and Dominica has not. There are matches in St. Vincent, in St. Lucia. Oh, Dominica and Grenada is repairing the stadium now. So that's the only reason why they don't have matches.
So
everywhere else.
What's the problem with Dominica? I don't get it.
Well, all I would say is that, okay, we lost the thing because of the lights. We don't have lights. We couldn't have the World Cup. And nothing is happening, honestly. Nothing really happening, honestly. I mean, the West Indies, but maybe they gave up on Dominica. Maybe they gave up.
I mean, this is shameful. This is absolutely shameful. Especially when you see the crowd or the lack of crowd. I mean, it was so embarrassing, I think, that you can have a game and just a couple dozen people showing up.
Like St. Lucia. You see the crowd in St. Lucia.
Guys, hold on a minute. We have a caller. Good evening. Good evening.
To everybody on this.
Oh, we were wondering why you not calling me. I thought you fell asleep.
I'm giving you a break.
I thought you fell asleep.
Don't like your fall asleep in sports rap.
Okay.
Let me tell you, Lando mentioned about Joe Root and Kavin, and that's what happened to Kavin. I just wanted to say, Irvin Shillingford and Viv Richards, what happened to Irvin? They still rest in peace. It's the same thing.
Long history.
Yeah, because thanks, caller, Tom. That's our tennis correspondent as well. We are wondering but it's really a shame that we have been deprived, you have to say, of watching cricket in Dominica because of bad planning in the place. People who don't care. They have a stadium where Low Black favorite word where is CO alone. Every time they have CO. That's all they're concerned about.
But the economic impact, Sebastian.
Well, probably they're not. I don't know if they can see that
in Dominica. Who are the guys advising Skerrit on economics?
Well, I do, but that's a very good question. Look, the economics man there, Fontaine, he can answer that. Yeah. The economics man there.
It is absolutely shameful, man. I cannot understand this. And not only that, but you know that Dominica will be given easy access to a game because of the fact that we have the best crowds anywhere in the Caribbean, even except probably for Barbados. And the question is why it is that we're not getting those games, you know?
It's really a shame that people and when things like that happen, people must teach people a lesson. When you deprive people of basic thing, to me, I wouldn't say it's a basic thing, but sports is a thing that relieves stress. You can go and you cannot even watch it because of the stress situation in Dominica. You cannot get a chance to go and watch some cricket in the evening like everybody else. CPL is going to go until win August. It culminates in October the 4th. So about 6 weeks of cricket, nothing. You're going to have cricket in Antigua, in St. Kitts, in St. Lucia, in Guyana, Trinidad, nothing again. We have international nothing again. I mean, Saki Fenu, Dominic Baudier, Saki Fenu. Guys, we have to close up. Let us give you the fixtures for CPL. Tonight we have Antigua playing St. Kitts. Tomorrow, the Antiguans play the Guyana Amazon Warriors. Saturday night, St. Kitts again plays Trini, and then Sunday you have 2 matches at 10 o'clock. Sunday morning is Antigua against Alex team, Barbados Royals, and then in the Sunday evening it's St. Kitts against St. Lucia. Guys, we had a good thing tonight. We had TLR4, we had Donnie Robinson, we had Abby Lawrence. I think we had a good. The only thing that Ronald and Low Black solve all your problems off the air. I hope you all call each other.
What I want to say, our host got honored last week from the political party. We have to find a way of honoring Lambi.
Oh, Lambi was honored last week?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You have to honor Lambi.
You mean by the UWP?
UWP. Lambi
Yes. But I didn't know that. You didn't say anything about that.
Well, I thought you were listening to our program last week.
I listen, but sometimes I don't listen till the end because I only listen. But like tonight, for instance, I'm going to watch cricket, so I might hear too much. I'll hear some, but I might hear too much. Lambi, let me congratulate you. Very well done. I mean, you have really done an outstanding job, and I want to congratulate you for the honor you have gotten from the UWP. Very well done, my brother. So, guys, on behalf of Ronald Landa, Emmanuel Low Black, Dr. Fontaine, I want to say good night to everybody. There's cricket on now in Antigua. You will hear from us again next week. Good night.
Good night.
When you want the best, what you do? Shop at SCN. Better than the rest. Go shop at SCN. And they all confess. Shop at SCN. You get more for life. Shop at SCN. Shop at SCN. Yeah. Shop at SCN. Shop at SCN. What they say? Shop at SCN. ACS family, customer friendly. With 3 locations, it's so convenient. And our prices, they are the nicest. Madam and mystery, that's where you belong. Oh, tell your mama, tell your papa, shop at SCN. Tell your son and your daughter, shop at SCN. Auntie, nene, and cousin, friend, open power, all of them. Grandma, grandpa, open neighbor, girlfriend, boyfriend, side. What? Shop at SCN. Shop at SCN. Shop at SCN. Shop at SCN. Check us out at Pottersville, High Street, and Downtown Rose.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe, and Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins, and bidets. PVC piping, fittings, and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Dear Lord of mercy and Father of comfort, we approach your throne of grace in thanksgiving. You are the source of all good, and we adore and praise you. Father, we are people who believe in recognizing the people who have oiled our engine over the years. These people have solidified our base. And so, Father, I lift them up to you, seeking your unfailing comfort and solace. In particular, Lord, this evening, I lift up to you Mr. Cliff Tavernier as one who has been very loyal to the party. As he walks through the shadowed valley, Lord, enlighten his path with your presence. Let him feel you walking beside him as a steadfast companion in his time of distress. Pour out your grace, O God, like refreshing rain upon his parched soul, and may